What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Second Street Marvel and the Morning Movie Chat. I am your host, Trinity. Thank you all so much for being here to watch me flap my gums for about an hour about just different stuff going on out there in the world. And today, here on the Morning Movie Chat, in case you can't tell by the name of the show, we usually talk about movies, but, sometimes we talk about so much more. Sometimes those things being comic books, and, because comic books actually kind of somewhat relate to movies these days as well. Now, the one thing I want to, just get right off the top once again, aside from thanking you guys so much for being here, Biden Touch, thank you so much for being here, is that, guys, man, we got, this is it. We're in the, we're in the end game now. If that can really be said, but this is it, guys. This is the final run. This is the final push. We are in the last week until we all get to go see Rise of Skywalker. That's right. I know there's plenty of people out there who probably aren't going to go see it. Hey, that's cool. That's your prerogative. Nothing wrong with that. Don't let somebody make you go watch something you don't want to watch. It's everybody's prerogative. But you know what? Certainly, if you're one of the people out there that's not going to go see it, don't want to see it, you're boycotting or whatever your deal is. You don't have to discourage others from going to watch the movie. You know what I mean? We're not here to dictate for others what they should and shouldn't be watching, what they can and cannot like. We're just here to discuss films and enjoy films. And if you don't enjoy film, hey, all good. But I will tell you, if you don't like a movie, you gotta watch it first, all right? Otherwise, you really don't have anything to speak on when it comes to those kinds of things. So, always keep that in mind, and, because I know there's plenty of people out there who look at things and say, oh, Rise of Skywalker. Like, I've already heard people out there talking about wanting to rant. They're going to start their weekend streams or their weekend videos or their videos or whatnot here, starting probably Thursday night and Friday, ranting about Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. You haven't even seen the movie yet, and yet how do you know you're going to rant about it? What if you go to the movie and it's a great movie and you love the movie? Are you just going to rant about how much you love the movie? Maybe that's what it is. Is that what it is? I don't know. People don't typically call those kinds of things rants, but I could be wrong here. I could be wrong. And, I've certainly been wrong a time or two in my life. And I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be generous. And I will give you guys that I've probably been wrong a time or two in my life. So yeah, we're here in the very last week, and you know what? We're getting, God, what is it? Episode 7 of The Mandalorian this Friday. But I was kind of curious. Are they going to do one of those things where they drop 2 episodes in 1 week again? Are they going to do that so we get both episodes by the time we get to Rise of Skywalker? But and then are they going to release them, like tomorrow and Thursday morning? I don't know. If you guys know about that, let me know down in the comments below, because that's something I honestly don't know about. I wasn't really thinking about it. I was thinking, like, originally when it came out, I was like, oh yeah, it'll be all over by the time Rise of Skywalker gets here, but it's not going to be, because we're only getting ready to hit episode 7 when there's going to be 8 episodes. But I don't know. What have your thoughts on The Mandalorian been so far? Let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are on The Mandalorian. And we'll probably talk a little bit more about that here towards the end of the show. Let's see, who all do we got here this morning? I see we already got Biden Touch here. Wookiee Supremacy, thank you so much for being here. I Am True Skills, good morning, my brother. How are you doing? LB, how are you doing? Tommy, how are you doing, my brother? And Sith Lord, Aggressively Relaxing, thank you guys so much for being here. Is there anybody else that I missed? We got Nerdy Blurb TV. What's up, my brother? How are you doing? And speaking of which, that's actually something else I was getting ready to bring up. Z Collects, thank you so much for being here. SSJ K. Sanctum, thank you so much for being here. Now, it's great that Ryan from Nerdy Blurb TV is here, because there was one thing, and if you guys missed it, maybe I need to find a link to it. But yesterday at noon my time, the Fandom Initiative Part 3 just premiered over on Nerdy Blurb TV. If you guys haven't checked that out, for one, you guys need to go check out Nerdy Blurb TV. Go subscribe to my brother Ryan. Check out his channel. Check out his content. He's like, dude is like hands down the best solo editor here on YouTube. Probably the best, team of them as well. I've seen a couple channels out there that might rival him, only because they got a team of people. They don't have just one. The one guy that brought us all together for the Fandom Initiative. He is Ryan over at Nerdy Blurb TV. Absolutely awesome, dude. This is the third one that we did. The first one that we did, of the Fandom Initiative was going into Avengers Endgame, kind of, that build up of, what's come over the last decade of movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And he went out there and he put together this video that, like, I'm telling you, when the Fandom Initiative Part 1 premiered, like that video got me more hyped for Avengers Endgame than any of the promotional materials did. It really did. It did a good job with the music, the editing, all the people who submitted their videos. Whole bunch of different creators did that. And, that's one thing that's awesome about Ryan is, like, dude, the dude loves to give back. He loves the nerd community. He loves all of this stuff. And you can see that, his passion for that stuff in the videos, and especially in those Fandom Initiative videos. Just great stuff, and in all of his videos. Now, he has been a little bit busy lately. He's got a wife, he's got kids, he's got a family. You know what I mean? Plus, he's got a job. You know what I mean? And so, some of his favorite videos of mine, or my favorite videos of his, I guess, if you will, have. We haven't got them. We haven't got a whole lot of, what is it, beside the point? Or some of his, the nonsense ones that he does, videos, just different ones out there. I haven't seen Suge in a while, but you know what? He's a busy man. And he's a busy man with a plan, because he's been doing good assembling all these YouTubers together to build their love of these fandoms. The second Fandom Initiative that we did was for Spider-Man Far From Home. Pretty much how we all felt after Avengers Endgame, how we were feeling going into Spider-Man Far From Home, and what our kind of predictions and our feelings were about the MCU going forward into the next 10 years. And again, that was, once again, an awesome video. I'm telling you guys, go follow Nerdy Blurb TV. I don't have a link to those videos right now, but you can go down to the description in this video and all of my videos, almost all of them, and find his channel link down at the very bottom of the description, because he did the intro that I use here on my videos. Absolutely awesome guy. So then the Fandom Initiative Part 3 just premiered yesterday, and we all got together and we all shared our Skywalker experience, and that's what it was all about. And it was very good. Like and he's such a good editor. His videos always look so nice. Like I got home, I didn't get him. I missed it live. I was trying to work, and it wasn't the day for me to be working apparently, and things just went awry. And so I missed the premiere, but I got home, put it on my big screen TV, man, and me and my family sat there and watched it. And man, I'm telling you, I think I think the video got me more hyped for Rise of Skywalker than the promotional materials for Rise of Skywalker have. And they've been doing a lot of them lately, and that's something that I've heard a lot of people talking about, and we're gonna get to that in just a minute. Okay, let's see what everybody's talking about. Tommy says, whose end are we talking about? Oh no, what end? End? Whose end? I don't know. Tommy says, Hulk smash. Sith Lord said, what's up, peeps? Aggressively relaxing says, I'm still boycotting Star Wars. Empire Strikes Back ruined the franchise. And absolutely, you know what? In case you guys don't know, aggressively relaxing, there's this fan movement out there that there's a lot of people who are really upset with what's been going on in the sequel trilogy. With everything from The Force Awakens to the Last Jedi, and obviously, here about 20 years ago, there was a whole bunch of people upset over the prequel trilogy as well. There's the fandoms. Star Wars seems to have like part of the biggest, one of the biggest fandoms in the world. Okay, it's something like a phenomenon, and there are people very passionate about this. And they've been around for years, for over 40 years, as a matter of fact. And we can see that a lot of this, a lot of it's really just like with the advent of social media and how big and prominent it is now. It seems like everybody has a voice, and that's cool because we all get to hear everybody's opinions at the speed of light. Sometimes that's a bad thing, but there is one man who was upset from the very get-go. Ever since Star Wars first premiered at the movie theater in 1977, there's one man who's been upset at every movie since. And now, the archived footage has been found, and those videos are leaking online. Move over, Fandom Menace. There's somebody who's been a menace far longer than you have. And that man's name is aggressively relaxing. Yeah, I know. I hate to steal your thunder, guys, but you know what? It's the truth. Go follow his channel. Go to Aggressively Relaxing's channel, and you'll see those videos have been leaking here on YouTube. Yeah. Forget the Rise of the Skywalker leaks. Forget the leaks for Black Widow. Forget all the leaks that you've heard of. Forget the Endgame. Forget all the videos you've seen out there with all the people who are upset about their favorite movies that they claim to love but yet never have anything good to say about them. Go watch Aggressively Relaxing, and he'll show you how aggressively he relaxes in his videos. He's uncovered these tapes, and there's something that you guys definitely need to go check out. It's great stuff. It's great stuff. Moving on. I see everybody say what's up. Biden Touch says, what are people boycotting? Jumanji? They better not be boycotting Jumanji. Jumanji was good, man. I like Jumanji. I really only had one bad thing to say about Jumanji, honestly, and that was just like a joke that had really no place in the movie. It didn't really have any place. That's the only bad thing I have to say about Jumanji. The best thing I have to say about Jumanji is the best thing I have to say about just about any movie that this young lady is in, and that's Karen Gillan. Hey. Sign me up, buy me the ticket, done. Done. Karen Gillan. All right. I mean, same could easily be said for Rachel McAdams. Yeah, Rachel McAdams. Oh. Okay. Done. Signed. Where's my ticket? Give me. Let's see. Wookiee Supremacy says, Day. I'm sure it'll be great. Oh, did I miss part of one of your? Oh yeah. I'm sure it'll be great. Wookiee always crack me up. Now, and that's the thing, that's one of the things with us fans is our expectations, And here's the one thing I'll always say about anything, whether you like some of the past movies, whether you're gonna go watch Rise of Skywalker or not, is the one thing I always kind of I always fall back on is one movie or even two movies doesn't ruin the whole franchise. You can. Or three, maybe. I don't know. I didn't think Solo was that bad, but some people didn't like it. It's not great. It's not great, okay? It's not great. But that's the thing is will Rise of Skywalker be great? I doubt it. I hope it is. That's my hope. Is I hope for it to be great. Is it going to be? I don't know. Is it going to be great in the sense that this is the end of the saga? This is the end of the Skywalker saga. We get to move on after this. Yes, it'll absolutely be great in that sense. This movie's going to cause a lot of buzz. A lot of people are going to be talking about it. A lot of people are going to be fake hating it. A lot of people are going to be fake loving it. You guys can come here and find my opinions about it, and I'll be honest with you how I feel about it, as I am with pretty much everything, with you guys being honest in my summation, if you will, about what the movie is going to be. But will it be great? I don't know. At this point, can it be? It seems like there's a whole lot that's been going on with this movie that just really kind of makes you question, from the leaks to the fans to just to some of these interviews that people are doing that we all look so much into. But again, I'm not looking for this movie to be great. I'm just looking for it to be good. I'm looking for it to hopefully build upon what happened in The Force Awakens. I would say The Last Jedi, but The Last Jedi was really only an extension, and I talked about this before. Here was The Last Jedi, or here was The Force Awakens, and here's The Last Jedi, when it should have built on top of that. You know what I mean? It should have took this and then built on top of that. And then you have it's like stepping stones, if you will. But this one it's going to take a huge leap to kind of change the feelings that some people have against the sequel trilogy, let alone The Last Jedi, let alone this movie going into it. It's got to do a lot. And can it achieve that? I honestly doubt that. I honestly doubt that, even from people who actually do love the franchise and still have their criticisms of everything that's been going on with the franchise. So it's got its work cut out. Will it ever achieve that? I doubt it. Even for people like me who aren't completely turned off and who didn't hate the Last Jedi or anything like that, it's still going to be hard for me going into this and watching it and just kind of where we are within this franchise. It's going to be hard for it to top anything that's ever come before. And that's the thing I think we all seem to lose perspective of is it's a sequel. Okay, the prequels, they're sequels. Okay, whatever. Get over it. The Empire Strikes Back, it's a sequel. You know, all of these are sequels, and largely, the one thing that we know through history, through all the history of movies, is that nothing really lives up to the original. It doesn't get better. It typically gets worse. However, you could almost look at Star Wars a little bit opposite. You know what I mean? Because the Empire Strikes Back, oh man, that's one hell of a movie. You know what I mean? Especially compared to like A New Hope. A New Hope is good, but you watch The Empire Strikes Back, you're like, holy, what? You know, and then you watch Return of the Jedi. While you know it does, you know, all of these movies have their downfalls, things that you know may not be the best things out there. But you know, then you watch Return of the Jedi, it's like, you know, like it's great. You know what I mean? Like it got. And that's the thing is, does it get better? Because that's the same thing I feel about Jumanji. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like it's got better. You know, and we can talk about that from every aspect of the movie, starting with the first Jumanji with Robin Williams. The movie was great. I remember watching that when it came out. Good movie, good premise, everything going on in there was a great movie. And then you get to Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, and it's like, man, like you can't. It's hard to top Robin Williams for one. It's hard to do that, especially like with Jumanji, because Jumanji is a great movie. But then you know you watch Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, and it's like, man, the comedy in this is great, the action in this is great, the whole premise is great, the story is great. There's a lot of great things about Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. And then you know, and you could count Zathura in there if you want to. I guess I don't know that I've ever seen Zathura. Maybe I need to go watch that one. But then you get to Welcome to the Jungle, and it's like, oh man, like okay, like here we go. Like this movie is one of the sequels that, while it's not like like it got a huge margin of being better than Welcome to the Jungle, Jumanji: The Next Level takes it to the next level. And it's a really great movie. And so that's something that, I think, we as fans sometimes lose perspective of is we want something new. We want something great. Like no matter what happened, I think the sequel trilogy was really not doomed to fail, but was really kind of not really set up for success in the first place in the fact that it's a sequel. So it had its work cut out in the first place. And then you get to the Force Awakens and you're like, oh man, this is really just kind of it's almost like a reboot, kind of maybe a remake of A New Hope, right? I mean, it kind of is, but it's a little bit different. But then you go look at the Last Jedi. It's certainly no Empire Strikes Back by any means whatsoever. Hell, I don't even know if it's an Attack of the Clones. But so there's that. Sometimes we have unrealistic expectations, and for us to think that this movie is going to be great, that this movie is going to change the landscape of the fandoms or anything like that is, I mean, for anybody to actually think that and believe that, no, not even I believe that. My only hope is that we can come out of this movie and hopefully it does something in it to make us all have maybe somewhat close to the same feeling. Have a sense of closure with it, with the franchise. And that's the thing I've heard a lot of people talking about is about the Skywalker, the saga ending. Star Wars is over. It's not over, guys. We're getting more Star Wars. Just the Skywalker saga is going to be over. The Skywalker saga. But is it? Is it going to be over? I honestly don't know. You know what I mean? It seems like there's so much going on with those Skywalkers. You know what I mean? I don't know about them people. They're kind of like the Kennedys, or the Bushes, or the Lewinskys. I don't know. But I'm certainly looking forward to it, and I've got a little bit more that we'll touch on here in just a second. We'll go through some more of the comments here. Ryan says, "Hi, my boy Second Street is in the 888s." Oh, am I? Am I in the 888? Nice. Aggressively Relaxing says, "I heard Mando is out on Wednesday." Nice. Okay, as it should be. They should both we should get both of them. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Supreme says best ever. LB says the Mando episode is December 18th. Is that Wednesday? Yeah, that's when. Oh well, duh. He just. I'm sorry, guys. It's still in the morning time. I got done with my workout. I'm sitting here drinking my coffee. It hasn't sunk in yet. Z Collects, what's up, my brother? How are you doing? Let's see, where else are we at? Demajani, what's up, my brother? How are you doing this morning? Chaos and Comics, how are you doing? Says Rebels and Clone Wars are incredible. I haven't watched any of the cartoon stuff. I need to, because I've heard a lot about Rebels being pretty good. And the Clone Wars, I've heard mixed reviews on, but I think I've seen maybe an episode or two of Clone Wars. Joe Lau, thank you so much for being here. Oh man, you guys are being really active today, man. You guys are so awesome. Let's see. Okay. Alex Dobbs, thank you so much for being here. Just came before work to before I had to work to show some love. Says Z Clux. Well, thank you so much for being here. Okay, I think I'm almost kind of caught up here. Just Tommy says, just trying to get through another disaster. Tommy, man, I hope all is well, dude. Take care. I hope things work out for you. I hope things work out for you, man. It's been, for me, it's been a rough year anyway. It's been a rough year as well, and it kind of started last year. But actually, last year it started off rough, but it ended really great. I actually ended the year starting this channel last year, and then this year it's been pretty rough. It's been pretty rough. So I understand there with you, man. I understand what you're going through. Well, somewhat. I can relate, I guess. SSK Sanctum says, I have not seen The Mandalorian. I just seen reactions, but the writing worries me. I've seen some of episode 6, and Mando keeps leaving this baby unsupervised after Jawas took apart his ship. Yeah, it's pretty funny. And Mando's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. I've enjoyed it. Dirty Blurb says, thanks, man. No, thank you, dude. Like, I'm telling you, that video yesterday was great. Tommy, and I hope all is well with you as well. Aggressively Relaxing says, Mando's show in 1960s. Mando's show is 1960s Batman, a little adventure and a fun celebrity guest. They even did the side of a building, climb gag on the land crawler. Good point. Very good point. Guinea pig is not well. Oh man, that sucks. And God, what was it? I know my other friend, one of my good friends, their daughter just lost. I don't think it was a guinea pig. It might have been a guinea pig. Just lost her guinea pig just the other day as well. Nerdy Blurb TV says the fandom vids are always so fun to do. Love having you, man. I love you having me. You know what I mean? I want to give myself to you, Ryan. Does that sound bad? It wasn't meant to be. Yes, thanks, man. Dang, you making it seem like my turds don't stink. You mean your turds stink, Ryan? Could have fooled me. People say The Mandalorian is going nowhere, but I'm fine with that. I could follow these two around aimlessly for another season, says Wookiee Supremacy. I feel like it's not going anywhere, but again, we're getting a lot of episodes, just like little like one shots, and hopefully, here in these last couple episodes, they tie it all together. I mean, I'm sure it's building to something, but again, I think that comes down to expectations. Is what are we expecting it to build to? Because we already know we're getting 2 seasons here, so it's not like essentially, this is really, as much as it's going to be a story in itself, it's really kind of like a first act. If you already know we're getting a season 2, so just based on that, we can surmise that we're probably going to get a season 3. Just guessing here, but that would mean that this whole episode is pretty much a first act, while still being 3 acts in 1, you know what I mean? So there's really a lot going on here, and I think maybe some of us are expecting a little too much out of the show, and I could be wrong there. Maybe we're not. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Aggressively Relaxing says, I want 8 seasons of Mando going from town to town, righting wrongs like Xena. Yeah. Real Gentry says, I love Spider-Man Far From Home. I know a lot of people don't, but I really like MCU Spidey. He's my favorite big screen Spidey so far. And that's cool. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I don't like MCU Spidey at all. Okay, I mean, I do, but he's my least favorite one. Like, I think, like, actual Spider-Man, I think that, like, actual a great Spidey for the MCU, or just even a great Spider-Man, is actually a little bit of all 3 of the Spider-Man that we've got on the big screen. It's a little bit of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, it's a little bit of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and it's a little bit of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Tom Holland is definitely the Peter Parker. He's a great Peter Parker. He's great at that. Now, I think the perfect Spider-Man is probably as far as being Spider-Man, Spider-Man is probably somewhere right there in between Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I think like the in costume persona of Spider-Man is somewhere right there in between those two Spider-Man, definitely. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And Far From Home, I like Far From Home, but I think Far From Home, I think Homecoming is a little bit better. To be honest with you, there are, I mean, but don't get me wrong. There are things I absolutely just like a lot of the Mysterio stuff. I like. I love that stuff in Spider-Man. But I feel like I don't know. I just feel like there's something missing in it, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Spidey's not in New York City, fighting through New York City, swinging through New York City, fighting foes in New York City. Hell, even in the first one, he wasn't doing that, and largely he hasn't really done that at all. But yeah, no, that's all good. That's all good for that to be your favorite, man. Ain't no hate here. Um, says Nerdy Blurb TV says Will Gentry. I did too, not getting the love it deserves. Yeah, yeah, and again, I think it's a good movie. I think it's a good movie. Um, but again, for me, like I like Sam Raimi's trilogy a lot in the first place. But a lot of that has to do with Sam Raimi and Bill Pope working together. They're just awesome. I Am True Skill says, Trinity, I wanted to thank you. I was thinking about quitting YouTube until I watched your 1 year stream video with Drunk 3PO. I'm taking it you probably seen my first video, my first live stream. No, but you know what? The thing is I Am True Skills is, for one, don't be a quitter, right? Don't be a quitter. Never be a quitter. It's okay to stop doing something. It's okay for a lot of things, but never be a quitter. Don't ever quit. How was it that they said never stop stopping, or never stop? I can't remember what it is that that movie. What is it? Pop Star or whatever with Andy Samberg. I can't remember what it is. Something like that. But thank you, man. Like I appreciate that. I'm glad that hopefully I can motivate you, to keep going. Certainly don't give up if it's something that you want to do. If it's a passion of yours, like if you're not doing what you love, if we can't escape our callings. You know what I mean? We can't escape our callings, and sharing things that you love. If that's something that you like to do, you're not going to be happy without doing what you're meant to do. You know what I mean? So if YouTube is something that you're meant to do, maybe it might not be your calling, but maybe it's something that you like to do for fun, something that you enjoy doing, whatever the case may be. Don't quit, man. Don't quit. Just keep moving forward. Because believe me, over this last year, it's been pretty trying. There's been times I've woke up not wanting to do videos, sitting here wondering what I want to do for videos, sitting here thinking like, do I want to keep doing this? Am I even getting any traction? Nobody's watching my live streams. You know what I mean? Like you could go watch a lot of my live streams from before. A lot of them probably don't even have hardly any views because nobody was there watching them. I just kept going. You got to keep trudging forward. Don't let anything hold you back. You know what I mean? And certainly don't let naysayers hold you back. And, chances are the most naysayers that you're going to come across are going to be your friends and family. I'll tell you that right now. They will be. They will be. Time to get some Depends to stop the leaking. You're funny, Tommy. That's funny. James Clark, thank you so much for being here. I'm true. The LB says I'm True Skills. YouTube, YouTube for everybody. Ain't no quit. Exactly. I just got discouraged a little. I get that. I get the same way. But you know what? Go for a nice run. Go for a good bike ride. Go out in the garage and hit the punching bag. Go do a workout. And then get back on and start your next video, man. It really helps you, and that's one thing I think a lot of people are missing out there is that getting out and doing some physical activity, something that gets you in the zone, that gets your mind right, because it really does. Getting your morning workout, like even just this morning, I've been putting off my workouts till later in the afternoons and stuff like that. I prioritized it this morning. Like, man, I'm getting my workout done. And I feel great, and that's the thing is you got to do it first thing. I'm one of those people, like, I'm not a morning person, but I can wake up early in the morning, and I like doing things first thing in the morning. And if you're ever going to work out, working out in the morning is some of the best things. There's so many reasons why, but for one, I'll just give you right off the top is it gets your blood flowing, it gets those creative juices flowing, it gets your metabolism started for the day, and it just gets you ready for the day. It gets you right in the right state of mind, okay? And that was a lot of things, not just one. But yeah, and man, I'm telling you, I'm True Skills. If you need anything, man, get a hold of me. Okay? We'll talk some stuff out. We'll get something figured out. We'll figure out what's going on, man. Yeah, and see, everybody's kind of saying the same thing. James Clark says, I'll wait until Rise of Skywalker comes to cable, then I'll change the channel. That's funny, James Clark. That's funny. Yeah, and like I said, if you don't want to watch it, hey man, good on you. You know what I mean? Like I have no problem with people who want to boycott it, not watch it, want to wait for video, all of that stuff. I get it. Especially if you want to watch it, but you're not going to go to the theater and spend 10, 11, 12, 15, $20 going to the theater to watch it if you think you're not going to like it. That's nonsensical. Why would you do that? You know what I mean? So I certainly can't fault anybody for that. Comics on the Mind. Good morning. How are you doing? It's hella early. Hello from Cali. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here on the West Coast too, man. I'm here on the West Coast too, my brother. And yeah, it's a little early, but I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, so that's 6 o'clock for you East Coasters. Let's see. Ooh, you know what? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's up. Okay. Sorry, I forgot something here. Okay. Chaos and Comics says, I like the Star Wars films, but I realize they're all bad, including Empire. Oh no. Amber Alert. Amber Alert. Santa Fe, California. Got an Amber Alert, man. Guys, be vigilant, especially with your kids, man. Be vigilant. There's some links down in the description where you can go and follow Vigilantes for Children. They encourage that. You should go check them out. Let's see. Tommy says, no retreat, no surrender. Indeed. Sith Lord says, hope for the best, expect the worst, but just don't see Rise being worth a pot to piss in. Yeah, and you could be absolutely right. This movie could be a disaster. It could be a disaster in so many ways. It really could. I'm not willing to rule that out because it could be. It could be a monumental disaster, especially with kind of a lot of the things that we've seen going on lately. It's kind of it makes one wonder. It makes one wonder. But certainly, I'm not going to preemptively strike and say that the movie sucks and then it's going to be bad or anything like that because we don't know yet. We don't know. Wookiee Supremacy said, I'd be more than happy if it was great, but come on, it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be hard for it to be great. Just that right off the top. It's going to be hard for it to be great in the sense that it needs to be. But it could still be good. Chaos and Comics says, the strongest Star Wars material happens in comic books and cartoons. And I've heard, speaking of which, what was that Vader one that came out? Vader Dark Visions? I heard that was an excellent series. And I actually read, I don't read many Star Wars comic books, so I haven't read that Darth Vader one, but I actually just read Jedi Fallen Order Dark Temple. The one that ties into the video game. I thought it was pretty good. But again, Matt Rosenberg wrote that, and I like Matthew Rosenberg's writing as well. Tommy says cartoons are bad too. That's funny. Let's see. Comics on the Mind says my roommate shits on all the Star Wars movies, and he is a fan. I didn't realize some people disliked Empire Strikes Back. I liked them all as a kid, but I can see how people can find flaws. Yeah. I loved them all as a kid. I'm telling you, like A New Hope was my shit. Like I watched that movie like over and over and over and over to where my sister got tired of it. I can guarantee you that. Same thing as I did with Superman 2. Resistance is awesome too. Chaos Resistance. That must be another one of the cartoons. The Comics on the Mind says the prequels were tough to get through as adult. Yeah, I was gonna say because I was a teenager. I think I was in my 20s. I would have been in my 20s, I believe, when the prequels first started coming out, and I liked them. I still like them. They're not the best. They certainly have their faults. But I like the prequels too. I like pretty much all of them. Like even The Last Jedi, I like it. It's got more bad than good in it. But I don't hate the movie. Just a lot of things that like I said, it's done more bad than it did good. So yeah, definitely. But I hear what you're saying. Tough to get through as an adult, especially if enjoying movies and stuff like that. Wookiee Supremacy says, bottom line is nothing is ever as good as it was when you were 8, and that is the absolute truth. And that's where like the nostalgia comes in at and stuff like that. Nostalgia isn't always necessarily a bad thing. I will tell you that much. That's absolutely true. Nostalgia isn't always a bad thing. Even nostalgia done wrong isn't always a bad thing. But I can tell you that Ghostbusters trailer. Come on, guys. You got Paul Rudd in there, and you couldn't even make me laugh in the trailer. You got Ecto 1 in there and you couldn't even get me excited with the trailer? Man. And I'm not saying that it's going to be a bad movie, but like I watched that Ghostbusters trailer and I'm just like not into it, but I'm not going to let that first, cuz I let that happen. I let a trailer change my mind already, and that was Alita Battle Angel. I watched the first trailer. I was like, ooh, like this movie looks good. And as time went on, the more and more trailers I watched, I was like, nope. Nope, I didn't go to the theater to watch it. I finally watched it and I kicked myself for not watching it at the theater because it was a great movie. But the promotionals, everything after the first trailer just turned me off and turned me away. Um, but I also hear that too. Um, about nothing is good as when you're eight. Comics on the Mind says loved the movie and realized it was a book, and loved the book more. Love the cartoon as well. Nice. Comics on the Mind says rest in peace Robin Williams. Yeah, man, he was a great one. He was a great one, just like John Candy. We need John Candy back. Chaos and Comics says Tommy doesn't like Star Wars. If you've seen all Rebels and disliked it, oh, well, could be. I don't know. I'm no one to say. You know what I mean? Lou, what's up, my brother? How are you doing? Lily Patton, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing well this morning. Wookiee Supremacy says, I liked Rebels, but Resistance is garbage. Fair enough. I haven't watched any of those. Let's see. Oh, man. Got another jump here. Maybe I just need to... Maybe it's because it's jumped that much on me. Let's see. Who else we got here? Stacy's Fat Stacks, thank you so much for being here. Saying, hey, Tommy, what's up, my brother? Aggressively Relaxing says, Resistance depicted a character being motivated to join the First Order and it made sense. Awesome show and season 2 is killing it. I'll have to watch it one of these times. I'll have to watching it. Joe Lau says, oh, I am misguided. Thank you so much for being here. Joe Lau says, Trinity, how are you doing? I watched Jumanji. It's pretty good. Okay, it's pretty good. Yeah, I liked it. I really did like it. Plus, Karen Gillan, you can't go wrong. Let's see. Immortal Biggie Shack, what's up? How are you doing this morning? Let's see. Immortal Biggie Shack says, I think Spider-Man lost to Professor Urinator. That's funny. Biden Touch says, favorite Spider-Man villain? I like Keaton's Vulture. As far as the movies, as far as the comics or anything like that, favorite Spider-Man villain? Well, I don't know. Keaton's in the movies, his Vulture was pretty good, but I really liked, man, why am I? I really liked Green Goblin in the first Spider-Man movie in Raimi's one, as well as Doc Ock. I thought they did really good. Let's see. Sith Lord says too much Iron Man influence in the MCU Spidey and made him too much of a sidekick or tier 2 hero. And that's kind of how I feel about it. Like the Spider-Man we got in the MCU is more like Dan Slott's Spider-Man. And I've never read Dan Slott's Spider-Man. I just know that's when he got Parker Industries and kind of became like that same kind of Tony Stark character. And I'm just not into that. Like I want the fumbling, bumbling, socially awkward kid who just can't seem to get it right. You know what I mean? I like that. Stevie J's Reviews. Good day, Trinity. How are you doing, man? Good day, everybody. How are you doing? Stevie J's Reviews. I hope you're doing well. Another one of my brothers from Down Under. We got Lou and Stevie J here, both brothers from Down Under. Sith Lord says that's why I keep smoking. Never quit. Biden Touch says, we'll shower, then get back. All right, fair enough. Agreed. Always pumped after a workout, says Stevie J. Yeah, definitely. Wookiee Supremacy says, wake and bake in the morning. Chaos and Comics says, the problem is people who hate Star Wars for some reason really want everyone to know they hate it. Yeah, and that's, well, it's not even that. It's the fact that they have to keep going after it and letting everybody know that I hate it day after 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 day. You see what I'm saying? It gets old, right? which brings up something that somebody brought up in my chat. I think it was yesterday, asking about bringing somebody onto the channel to chat just like about movies and stuff like that. And I'm like, honestly, like that person, I can't say, like, they talk a lot about stuff, but I can't say that person likes anything. I've never I've never seen that person say that they've liked anything except for Joker and there's another one out there. There's another one out there. I can't remember what the other one was. There's only like two things that I ever heard that person say that they actually liked. Everything else is like oh hey, I talk about movies and this and that, but I don't like any of them. I love Star Wars, but I don't have anything good to say about it. I love comic books, but I don't read them anymore, and I don't have anything good to say about it. I could be wrong here, but I think that makes you not a fan. You don't have anything good to say about it. You don't like it. You're not into it. You don't read. You don't watch. I could be wrong here. I could be wrong, but you're right. I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, so many people, we just want to, so many people want to beat us over the head with it. They don't like Star Wars constantly, day in and day out. And it's like, cool. We already know. We already know. Let's see. Demochanai says the Sith don't quit. We conquer. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Aggressively relaxing says Amber Alerts make me want to get in my car and go full Batman. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. They make me want to get in my car and go full Black Widow. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Chaos in Comics says Dark Visions was very good, but the two other Vader comics were better. Really? Really? Like, what about that? What about? I seen there was one that came out on IDW Comics, the Vader's Return to Vader's Castle or something. I was wondering how that was too. I think it was like 5 issues they did like back to back to back or something like that. Biden Touch says I have many problems with the sequels, but my main issue is how they threw away the accomplishments and strengths of the original characters. Fair enough. Fair enough. That makes sense. I will say, there's a lot to be said about, I mean, some people wouldn't see it as character progression. It probably might be regression, if anything. But I think, the way we all move through life, the way we mature, the way we look at things, how we felt when we were a kid as compared to now when we're adults, our experiences that we go through, and things like that, they really test a person. And, the world largely tests us in the first place. So people who make changes, you know what I mean? They don't really. A lot of people say we don't change. You know what I mean? A lot of people say that we don't change. And, I've talked about this several times here on the channel that when I was growing up, even when I was a kid, watching Star Wars, especially like the first, couple, like I always kind of felt like Luke Skywalker is kind of a whiny. He's kind of a whiny bitch. You know what I mean? And that's largely how I felt. Now, and I've talked about that several times, and he reeled it in Return of the Jedi, he really stepped up his game and stuff like that. But if we don't change, that means he didn't change. You know what I mean? So, there's that. There's that. But I hear what you're saying with the characters and stuff like that. And again, I think that comes to the fact that they're trying to build something new, but that doesn't mean that you have to tear something down at the same time. It certainly doesn't mean that. Biden Touch. Yeah, exactly. What Biden Touch says here, they could have honored the old while they ushered in the new. Spot on. And some people still feel like they did honor that. And that's the thing. And that's, somebody's right to believe that. Sith Lord says, nostalgia done right is always good. Yeah, definitely. Wookiee Supremacy says, Vader has been my favorite since 77. I love the prequels. Oh, and by the way, Jar Jar Binks is the most pivotal character in the entire saga. Well, yeah. He set everything off. He literally was the Phantom Menace, like that whole theory out there about him being Darth Jar Jar and all. Regardless of that, even if he wasn't a Sith, and that whole thing, that he was running the show, he is literally like the most pivotal. He started everything, he started everything essentially. It all started with what he did in the Senate there. Stevie J says Alita was awesome. Yes, it was. It was great. Like, it was so good. Like, at at one point in the movie, when she's first playing like the ball game, whatever, I can't remember what they call it there, with the kids, and she goes in and kicks, and she was kicking ass. My daughter was like, I want to be a ladle for Halloween, for Halloween, and I was like, well, here we go. That's good. Will Gentry says the Ghostbusters trailer felt notably underwhelming to me personally. Oh yeah, it totally did. You're not grabbing me with nostalgia there. Tommy says, I still like Transformers, old comics, toys, and cartoons now just as much as when I was younger. Just some of the newer stuff is bad in comparison. I could definitely say that for the movies. Immortal Biggie Shack says, is he not in this chat? Who? I sound like I sound like an owl, huh? Who? The book Master and Apprentice is great Star Wars content and includes 6 Jedi prophecies, including the Chosen One prophecy. It's about Qui-Gon. Check it out. Maybe one of these days I will. Stacy's Fat Stack says, no problem, Wookie. Oh, man. Jumped again. Let's see. Immortal Biggie Shack says, got him. Let's see. Lou says, early Venom in the comics was a great Spidey villain. Yeah, definitely. Aggressively Relaxing says, Egon's collection of spores, molds, and funguses got me super hyped for the new Ghostbusters. Yeah, right? Yeah, and I'm hyped for the new Ghostbusters, but that trailer didn't do anything to build my hype. Like, when I heard about it, I was like, ooh, yeah, this better be good. And it should be good. Wookiee Supremacy says, Stan meant Spider-Man to be a goofy kid. Yeah, indeed. And I like how in the current comic book right now, he's a goofy young adult. I mean, he's still essentially a kid with problems. That's one thing I like about what Nick Spencer has done with his character in the comic books lately. Chaos and Comics says, now you gotta say who it is. Oh, no. I talked about it yesterday in the video. Somebody mentioned him. And I'm like, I don't, because I'm not here to beat a person up or make necessarily comment on somebody in particular. It's really irrelevant. For me, I don't necessarily like to talk about things I don't like and just outright just criticize people necessarily. Though I will talk about them in a lot of times in videos and things like that, but a lot of the statements that I make apply to more than just one person, because that one person specifically I'm talking about, I could easily apply to at least 5 other people right off the top of my head. That's the exact same way. So it applies to more people than just the one person. But you could go back and watch yesterday's video and find out as well. Aggressively Relaxing says, there's money in them there Star Wars hate hills. Everybody's those people touchy. Sith Lord says, speaketh thy name, those people. I'm just finishing up one of the better Star Wars books, Darth Plagueis. I've heard that was a good one too. 4th time reading it, says Tommy. Nice. And Tommy, I think you just recently put out a video that I missed for some reason. For some reason, dude, your videos rarely come across my newsfeed. There was somebody just the other day that one of their videos finally came across my newsfeed. I'm like, dude, I haven't seen a video from you forever. And I thought, maybe just on hiatus, busy and whatnot. And no, I'd go check the thing. YouTube notifications, man. That's all you can really say. Chaos and Comics says Kieran Gillen's run and Charles Solei's Vader's runs were great. Those two. I haven't read that. I know that I've read I think a couple books by Kieran Gillen, or maybe the one book by Kieran Gillen, and it's actually good. You know what one it is. That Once and Future. Rosetta Allen says, "Good morning, my friend. How are you doing this morning, Rosetta Allen?" Let's see. Lou, where's Lou at? Lou, where'd you go? Lou says, Star Wars Target Vader seemed alright so far. I haven't read all issues out yet, but usually anything with Vader in it I like. Nice. And Darth Racco says, you're right about that, Second Street. I may not like every comic and movie out there, but I still love some too. Exactly, you know what I mean? It seems like there's too many people that out there just want to keep crapping on stuff like but were you a fan? You know what I mean? It's okay to say, I was a fan of this, but I don't like this. You know what I mean? And I have no problem with people airing out their discontent. Hell, there's nothing wrong with that. That's kind of the point of social media and YouTube and stuff like that. And which, brings me to something else that I wanted to talk about. Is, and I was talking about this, I think, on Thursday, maybe Friday, here on the Morning Movie Chat as well. We're getting ready to go into Rise of Skywalker this weekend. Plenty of people out there are going to be seeing it. People who don't want to see it. People who are boycotting it. People, all these people. A lot of people out there are faking it, and they're going to go see it. Not all of them are going to theater hop from Cats to go watch it, or theater hop from whatever movie is out there to go watch it, because largely a lot of these screenings are going to be filled up, and you're not going to be able to theater hop anyway. You know what I mean? Especially if you got a theater like mine, where a majority of it is all reserved seating. But a lot of these people are gonna go see it. Like, you don't have to fake the funk, man. Just go see the movie. Let us know what you think about it. Even if you hate it, go watch it and let us know what you think about it. It's all good. Nobody's gonna hold that against you. But the one thing I want to say, more than anything, guys, and this is something I'm probably gonna have to drill home the rest of the year, the whole rest of next year, and everything else like that, is, guys, we're getting ready to head into an election cycle. We're there. We're in it. The weirdos are coming out of the. They're not even coming out of the closet, man. Some of them have been for several years. But the point being is, there's going to be people out there that are going to utilize these fandoms and things like that for their own political uses, to push their agendas and things like that, if you will. And guys, don't feed into that. Don't feed into the hate. Don't feed into the divide. We're right now getting into a place where people are starting to want to talk again about these things, even in disagreements, and be rational human beings about it. It's something that's, it seems like, just here over like the past couple of months, it's something that started to kind of happen a little bit more. People are loosening up. Everybody's kind of breathing a little bit, and we're finally starting to get back to a place where we can talk, guys. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, let's face it, we're heading into that political cycle, and that's exactly where we were at the last time, guys, when a lot of this stuff started to come to the surface, when a lot of the weirdos started coming out of the woodwork on social media, on YouTube, on all these things. We all know that it's okay to not like something. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to have the discourse. That is fine, guys, but let's be civil. Because we're getting ready to head into a time when people don't want to be civil. I can't even say last election cycle how many friends before. I wasn't even on YouTube back then. I wasn't even sharing my love of fandoms, or anything else back then. But I'm telling you, guys, I lost friends on Facebook for laughing at everybody and their discourse going on in politics. I lost friends for that. I lost friends for my stance and stuff like that. And my stance is I don't give a crap. You know what I mean? I don't give a crap about who's president. I'm not voting for one of them quacks. You know what I'm saying? So be careful. There's those people out there that are going to be doing that. They're going to be playing on that, playing on the politics and everything going forward. Don't feed into it, guys. Don't feed into it. Like, it's okay. I'm not saying that you got to unfollow anybody or anything like that. Just don't feed into it. Don't be one of those people who's going to perpetuate problems that, while they are existent, that are really irrelevant. Our fandoms have nothing to do with politics. And I don't care what anybody out there says about, like, we want politics out of our fandoms, out of our movies. They've always been there. These are artistic mediums. That's exactly what they're created for, is for people to express themselves. But don't give in to to all the hate and everything like that. It's there for that. All the politics and everything has always been there in the movies and the arts and all that stuff. It's what it's there for. The thing is a lot of times it just don't reflect our specific beliefs, our specific thoughts and feelings. And sometimes when it runs contrary to them, people lash out about it. But don't feed into that, guys. The politics has nothing to do with The Last Jedi, has nothing to do with The Black Widow, has nothing to do with Wonder Woman, and has nothing to do with any of the other movies that we're getting ready to come out next year. But I can guarantee you, I was talking about this I think it was on Thursday. It's going to happen. The divide is going to be there. I can guarantee you there's already people pitting Black Widow against Wonder Woman in the movie theater, and they're going to make it into like a whole political talking piece and all of that kinds of crap. Don't give into it, guys. This is bad. This isn't good fandom. You know what I mean? This is people who are, trying to push their own agendas on you, whether it's politics or movies or whatnot. Don't feed into it. Don't give into it, guys. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I'm sure you have your favorite creators out there that you follow and things like that. Some of them are going to feed into it. Some of them are going to play into it. Some of them, just because it pleases the YouTube algorithm and things like that. You know what? I don't care that much about views to have to feed into anything that's not me. You know, you guys know that's not me. You know, you guys are going to come here and come in here, and I'm going to be myself, and I'm going to shoot you as straight as I can with, you know, the best knowledge that I can. I'm not going to perpetuate any kind of hate. I'm not going to perpetuate any kind of discourse or anything like that. That's not what I'm about. I here on my channel love to share what I love, and when there's things I don't like, I talk about them, not in a hateful way or anything like that. The only thing I hate is dishonesty, and, you know, obviously some other very bad perpetrators out there in the world, but dishonesty, people who and I hate people who use the word disingenuous. People who just aren't genuine. You know what I mean? People who you can tell are faking it. Just all of those kinds of things. That's what I don't like. You know what I mean? That's what I don't like. And, you know, will I end up talking about it? Oh, you can make a bet that over this next year, we're going to have one hell of a journey talking about all this. How these politics are affecting our fandoms. How fandoms are affecting the politics. It's all going to be running together, guys. But just like I said, don't give in to the divide. It's okay to discuss the things, but don't give in to the divide that people are going to want to perpetuate. Don't give in to that, guys. We've already, like, over, you know, I think the height of the divide in fandoms has hit the pinnacle this year, and it's started to come back down. It's started to turn back and sway the other way, where everybody's starting to come together again and starting to open up a little bit more, and, you know, be a little bit more civil. Let's not let that change, guys. And who controls that? You control that. You know, not just your favorite content creator, because, you know, some of your favorite content creators are out there. They have their strong opinions and things like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you can still let those people know, like, hey, I agree with you for the most part, but, like, you can tone it down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, let people know how you really feel. Let your favorite creators know what you really want to see. And that's not saying that they're going to change to you or conform to you or anything like that. People are still out there trying to work the algorithm, trying to get the views, and all of that stuff. And that's where some of this stuff comes into play, where a lot of this divide is going to come from, guys. But don't play into that, guys. It's okay to be yourself. You don't have to follow what everybody else thinks, what everybody else says, what anybody else does, any of that stuff. Just be yourself. You know what I mean? Be rational. Be good to each other. You know, just be great to one another. You know, that's all you got to do. You know, is realize that just because you like something doesn't mean that somebody else has to like it, or just because somebody else dislikes something doesn't mean that you have to dislike it, or anything like that. You know what I mean? We as fans should be here to share our love of fandoms, to share our love of the things that we enjoy, and we should also be open to discussing the things that we don't enjoy. Okay, and like I said, it's going to be a hard year, guys, but make sure that you stick here, where we're going to have some of those discussions. I will reach out to people who don't feel the same as me, who have differing opinions than me. All you got to do is let me know who those people are. You know what I mean? Who would you like me to talk to when it comes down to it? And we're not there in that point yet, guys, but we will be there. And let me know, like, who has that hot take, or who do you think I should bring on the show? Let me know, because I want to have those discussions. Because that's largely what I'm here for, is to have discussions and hear from people from different sides of fandoms and different sides of just this and that. You know what I mean? Because the one thing you guys have heard me say largely a lot is that I am the culmination. You know what I mean? My being is a culmination of people like you and everybody else I've met out there in the world. You guys are the ones giving me the input that I need to give my output. You know what I mean? So like I said, guys, don't, you know, just don't give into it, you know, because it's going to be out there, and there's going to be people who want to make you have to choose these things and this and that. You don't have to choose. It's okay. And that's not saying that you're being middle of the ground or anything like that. That's just saying that you can be your own person and not have to follow somebody else. And speaking of that, I've talked a lot about that here on the channel as well, about like leadership and things like that, teamwork and stuff like that. The thing is being a follower isn't a bad thing, okay? Most of the people out there in the world are followers. Not everybody is leaders, okay? You don't have to be a leader, but you don't have to be a mindless follower neither. You don't have to be a drone. And just because you are a follower doesn't make you any of those things neither. You know what I mean? So just don't forget that. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about, you know, somebody that you met online, one of your YouTube friends, one of your friends on Twitter, or anything like that, being an asshole to you just because you have a different opinion. You know what I mean? It's okay to have that different opinion, and don't change your opinion just because somebody else disagrees with you or says that you have to believe anything they believe or anything like that, don't ever fall for that stuff, guys. Don't ever fall for that. And I'm telling you, that's where we're heading into over this next year, guys. I'm already dreading next year. Like I'm already thinking like, can we? Can, I'm already thinking, can we go back to posting pictures of our food again, like we did before the last election cycle? Can we? I'm already, I'm already dreading some of these things. Motorball. Okay, yes, that was it. Darth Wacko says Jar Jar should have been the big bad in the Rise of Skywalker. Rosetta Allen says Alita is kick-ass without a ton of political agendas. Definitely, definitely. Coffee breath. Thank you so much for being here. Um, let's see. Rosetta Allen says, "Morning, Tommy. You going to be helping me with my marathon today?" Yes, Rosetta Allen. I'm sure he will, man. Tommy's everywhere, man. Um, Sith Lord says the anime Battle Angel was awesome too. I've been wanting to get that for my kids for Christmas. I just don't know where to start at with the Alita with the Battle Angel stuff. Let me know if you know what one I need to start with for my kids. Let me know. I'd like to do that. I want to buy that for them. I'm Misguided says, Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? That's funny. Um, Tommy says, Rosetta Allen should be able to stop by for a bit. Nice, nice. Let's see. Stacy's Fast Stack says, I love the Star Wars franchise. I got to see Empire Strikes Back in the theaters as a child, and it was awesome. As an adult, I still love the movies. Yeah, definitely. They're definitely an experience. You know, a lot of them, you know, they're great to see on the big screen, man. Coffee Breath says, there are people out there that enjoy hating Star Wars way more than they ever liked the movies. That's absolutely true. That is true. Young Ripper59, what's up, my brother? He says, what the fook's up? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good morning. Hell, it's probably almost afternoon for you by now, because it's 9 o'clock here. But yeah, man, doing good, man. Just here doing this morning movie chat, getting ready to wrap things up here in a few minutes and go out and get my work day started. Tommy says, Darth Wacko, okay, just watching after a sick little friend. Oh man, yeah, it sucks, man. Rosetta Allen says, Joe Lau, I have to. I'll be traveling for a few weeks. This is my birthday stream today because of it. Oh, okay, nice. Well, happy birthday, Rosetta Allen, or happy pre-birthday, or you know, I don't know. What do you call it whenever you wish somebody a happy birthday ahead of time? Well, happy birthday to you. My birthday's coming up here pretty soon as well. Let's see. Oh man, it just jumped on me again, man. You guys are really busy in the chats here this morning. Man, it jumped the wrong way now all of a sudden. Which way is this thing jumping on me, guys? Whew. All right. Let's see. Dang, man, you guys are talking a lot today. Darth Wacko says, I'm gonna wait for some reviews to see if I go see it. Yeah, fair enough. You know, that's fair enough. Waiting to see reviews. Hey, a lot of people do that. You know what I mean? A lot of people do that. Aggressively Relaxing says, everyone join my fandom group. Jedi always carry khaki outfits. Forever friends. If you've got that fandom group, let's go join Aggressively Relaxing's fandom group. Will Gentry says, you want civility? Good luck, my friend. Yeah, I know, man. U.S. Dutch Kitty, thank you so much for being here. Rosetta Allen says, civility is overrated. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have any problem with the discourse. That's fine. You know, as a matter of fact, that's the one thing I don't like about a lot of society these days is we can't have discourse. You know, people doing that whole agree to disagree crap. Like, it's okay to just disagree. It's okay. Don't be a puss about it. Let's see. Wookiee Supremacy says, I grew up shitting on Trekkies. Tribalism is totally normal. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, oh yeah, there's always been that divide with Trekkies and I don't know, what do we call Star Wars fans these days? I don't know. Or what were they ever called? I don't know. Rosetta Allen says, tribalism is the wrong word. It's a cult-like behavior. We are fine, Wookiee, and I am a Trekkie. Nice. Sith Lord says, you're good, peep, Second Street. I do my best, man. I try. I do my best. You know, I don't even try. I just do my best. Lonely Banter says, you perpetuate hate every day, bruh. Delete your channel. I know, man. I do. Grey Council says, hashtag the Grey Order. Indeed. The Grey Council. Thank you so much for being here. Wookiee Supremacy says, you ever see Fanboy? Oh, you mean Fanboys? Yeah, where they go and Yeah, that was dude. That was a funny movie, dude. I like that movie. Hilarious. I need to buy that movie. I need to buy that one. Because yeah, that was a good movie. Young Ripper 59 says, "I love that the channel is growing and more people are tuning into Second Street streams, man. Thank you, man, and they are. And you know what? Largely, that's thanks to you. That's thanks to you, Rippa. You and Drunk 3PO, LB at the Lonely Banter, a lot of people out there who've been very supportive here at the channel, man. I greatly appreciate that, and people like my friend Ryan over at Nerdy Blurb TV, who has featured me in countless numbers of his videos. Lou says, I've been sussing the comic series Orcs and Goblins. It also seems pretty good. The art is bloody nice too, and an old series, Samurai Penguin. Sounds interesting. Orcs and Goblins, that sounds familiar. But yeah, nice. Yeah, I've been getting into more indies here myself, and that's been a good thing here lately. Because man, I'm telling you, like I don't read much DC. I read like a couple of titles out of DC that are pretty good, but like the Marvel books, man, they're falling off, but they're slowly starting to reel things back in, and they need to hurry reeling those things back in on some of their books, man. They really do. Joe Lau says, I'm fine, just at work. How you doing? Dutch, Papa's still there? All right. Rosetta Allen says, I love who you are, Second Street, even when we disagree. Yeah, certainly, man. Like I said, I like people who disagree, and then we get together and we can discuss it. You know what I mean? Because that's what I want. Like I want more people in my comments who disagree with me, so we can have those discussions. And like because I even say, even with a troll, there's still something to learn from a troll. You know what I mean? Just like I say, you can learn a lot from a dummy. You can learn a lot from a troll. You can. Wookiee Supremacy says, 888 is cool, but Second Street needs to be over 1K. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And speaking of which, my brother from another mother. Yeah, that's right. Lord Callus just hit 1,000 this week. You guys need to go check out Lord Callus's channel if you haven't. Very great Star Wars channel. You can tell the love that he has for the lore of Star Wars, from movies, comic books, games. He covers it all, man. He's good. He's really good. Rosetta Allen says, Young Ripper 59, he's a good guy. I've been talking to him and hopping in here since he only had a few viewers, and he's good peeps. Well, thank you, Rosetta. And you're good people too, man. And yeah, I mean, we don't always agree on everything, but hey, that's the beauty of it, like, because we still talk about it. We don't have to be assholes at each other's throats. Let's see, Lou says, good day, Lonely Banter. Hope you're having an all right day, mate. Yeah, man. And speaking of which, Lonely Banter's going to be doing a live stream next Sunday, bringing some people together to talk about Rise of Skywalker. So if you guys aren't subscribed to Lonely Banter, make sure you go check out his channel and turn those notifications on and be ready for that discussion on Sunday. I believe I will be there as well. I'm True Skill says, Young Ripper 59 is a good guy. Most big channel don't give a shit. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Young Ripper dude, I love his channel. He's a great dude. He makes a lot of sense. He's not one of those YouTubers who's out there making videos being mad just to be mad. And that's one of the things I like about channels. He shoots you straight. He don't bullshit around. He don't pussyfoot around around topics or anything like that. He takes some things head on. Rosetta Allen says, I am Fandom Second Street, but I still sign in here nearly daily, even when I can't talk. Yeah, exactly. And and that's one of the things. Like, if you guys know me here, I interact with a lot of the people in the Fandom Menace. You know what I mean? Like I get it, and I interact with people who aren't part of it. But largely, a lot of those people they don't want to interact as much. And hey, I get it, man. I get it. Eventually, hopefully some of those people will come around and want to talk to me a little bit more. Like I said, I've reached out to at Chat. I know he's a controversial one out there that don't get along with a lot of the Fandom Menacers and stuff like that. I want to have him on my show one of these days to just have a discussion with him and get to know him, because he likes Star Wars. He likes it too, and he has his opinions, and I want to hear his opinions of him too, aside from just what I see on his channel when I go to his videos and watch his videos. Sith Lord says, get ScarJo on. Yeah, I wish. I wish. Rosetta Allen says, Ripper is a good guy. Yeah, oh yeah, he is, dude. He's the best. You know what I mean? I knew when I found his channel, I was like, dude, I like this guy, man. Because he just makes sense, Definitely. Tommy says, I need to get to work on this hate thing. I still have too many things I like. Right? That's funny. Biden test says, I believe in voting and making a choice, even if neither candidate is perfect, but I don't have an issue with people who don't. Yeah, I was going to say, for me, I don't, because that's the one thing, like, when I go, like, when it's election time, like, I'll go and I'll vote on certain things, but, like, last election time, I didn't pick a presidential candidate. You want me to pick one of those whack jobs? No. No. Sorry. Don't do it. I just couldn't do it. Sir Nerdalot says, "Go Grey Council with Darth Darty Lunga." Oh yeah, Darth Daddy. And also Biden touch. Like mostly, I will go. Also, when I go to vote in local elections, it's usually for certain bills and stuff, not necessarily candidates, unless there's somebody there that I just really like. Just because it doesn't matter really who's in the office. I mean, it does, but largely, for the most part, this is government we're talking about. You know what I mean? It's like I remember one day I posted a picture of something I got in the mail on my Facebook, on my personal Facebook, where I pretty much everything's all like not available for everybody to see but my friends. But so, one of my friends was like, "Oh man, you post your address, you better be careful. People could use that against you." And I'm like, the government already has my address. They have my social security number, my bank account number, all that crap. There's nothing else. There's nothing somebody worse out there could want to do than the government to me. So there's that. You know what I mean? They already know all. um. So yeah, U.S. Dutch Kitty says, "Hey Dutch. Oh, hey Dutch. Don't be like the Borg or the Daleks. The Daleks. All will be assimilated. We are touch. Resistance is futile." Oh man, you guys are cracking me up, man. You guys are cracking me up. Okay, thing just skipped on me again. We're gonna start right here with aggressively relaxing. Rosetta Allen says, "I speak fluent sarcasm." Yes, me too. But not through type though. It's always hard there. Tommy says, "Your culture and technologies will be absorbed into the collective." Aggressively relaxing says, "Look, man, there's a ton of racist uncles who need me to reinforce their worldview. That all the popular things are actually bad. Their money spends just like any other. I'm not going back to stripping." Aggressively relaxing always knows how to crack me up, man. This dude just cracks me the hell up. You guys need to go check out his channel. Especially that video he did yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? Hilarious stuff. Darth Wacko says, "I love Star Wars. I just didn't agree with Rian Johnson's vision." And I don't really neither. Like I said, I don't think the movie is a complete shit show. It could be a whole lot better. There's just, like I said, it does way more bad than it does good in that movie. But that's just me. Stacey Fastack says, "Love your channel, Second Street." Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Zulu Entertainment, good morning. How you doing? Says, "Hope you're all having a productive day." I am so far. Aggressively Relaxed says, "Wookie, join my Star Trek online fleet. Priority 1. Yes. U.S. Dutch Kitty says, "Yes, orcs and goblins. Matthew Mercer is a voice in it." Oh, nice. Again, I haven't seen that. I'm guessing it's like a TV series or something. Wookiee Supremacy says, "Come on, a good Star Wars debate always ends in a black eye." Yeah, that, and nothing wrong with that. The Lonely Bench says, "Why didn't you delete your channel? You perpetual hater." I've thought about it, LB. I've thought about it. Yes, Lord Callus, the PhD. Yes. And that PhD doesn't stand for phony diploma. That means he's like a doctor or something. I think. Isn't that what that means? PhD? I don't know. A troll is a troll. You can get no rolls unless you pay the toll to move the troll. Rosetta says, I love disagreeing with you, Second Street. It's effing fun. Yeah, man. Yeah. Censoring yourself didn't work, Rosetta. That's funny. Lord Callus, Joe Lau says, "Lord Callus's Star Wars database. He is great at playing games too." Yeah, definitely. Let's see, where else just jumped on me again. Rosetta says, "With the elections, I cannot put my name on someone that violates my most basic values. If that means third party, I am fine with it." Yeah, indeed. Tommy says, "At Sith Lord, but he knows what the real is. He just likes to play." Oh, who? Sith Lord says, "LB, you the man, don't downplay." Oh yeah, yeah. LB's great, man. I like LB. I can't even remember how I found his channel, but I remember, like, ever since I found his channel, I really liked his channel. LB for me is one of those channels just like Young Ripper 59. I watch his videos. I'm just like, dude, I like this dude. I like the way he speaks. I like what he's saying. He makes sense. You can tell he's got something to say. He's got his own take on it. He's not saying what somebody else wants him to say or anything like that. He is his own man, and that's one thing I definitely like about a lot of people is not a carbon copy. He's definitely not a carbon copy. I'm True Skill says at Trinity, have you given a satisfying have you gotten a satisfying Spider-Man movie? Oh yeah, so like I'm satisfied with all of them, except for Amazing Spider-Man Part 2. Okay, that one was. I can't hate on it, but it's not a great movie. Like even Spider-Man 3, I thought Spider-Man 3 was actually it was decent. It's got its falls, but as far as satisfying Spider-Man movie, I think a satisfying one for me was the Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man movie. That was to me was satisfying. Part 2 was very satisfying. I actually even think the first Amazing Spider-Man to me was satisfying. I think the least satisfying ones are Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 2, and then the two MCU Spider-Man. And I don't hate the MCU Spider-Man. It's just not the version of it's not my Peter Parker. It's more like Peter Starker. That's what I call him, Peter Starker, in the MCU. And I like it. It's just like I said, for me, the perfect Spider-Man, on-screen Spider-Man, is a combination of all three of the Spider-Man that we've got. Through on the big screen. It's a little bit of a blend of Sam Raimi's, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. It's a little bit of Mark Webb and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and it's a little bit of oh man, why did I forget his name? John, you know who I'm talking about? Not John Hamm, John Watts. Isn't that his name? John Watts. I think it is. And Tom Holland's Spider-Man. It's a combination of all those that is the perfect Spider-Man. It's a combination of all those. It's the perfect on-screen Spider-Man, to tell you the truth. For me. Tommy says, oh, I must have missed something and needed a whole box of tissues. I must have missed something there. Rosetta says, later 2nd Street, stay amazing. Hope to see you during my birthday stream later. Yeah, I'll see if I can make it. I've got to go out and do some work, but a lot of times when I'm out working, I'll put somebody's live streams on or videos and listen to those as I'm going throughout my day. US Dutch Kitty says, it's weird how as young as 6 or 7, I've always felt middle of the road, and when I tried to lean either way, I just didn't feel right with my soul. Rosetta Allen. Yeah, I hear you. Well, you know what? There's nothing wrong with middle of the road. Middle of the road, a lot of people will call you a fence rider and stuff like that, but, really, what you're doing is you're probably not triggered by much. You know what I mean? You're willing to listen to what this person has to say. You're willing to listen to what this person has to say and form your own opinion. And that's a good thing. You know what I mean? And that's just as far as those kinds of things are concerned. That's not saying that you're middle of the road neither, because you have your feelings, how you feel about stuff. Just because largely you don't want to be triggered by what this person says or what that person says, no matter what side they're on, that doesn't make you middle of the road. That makes you just middle of the road and saying, I don't care that much about it to let me get emotionally bent out of shape. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's why I always hate like people talking about fence riders and stuff like that. There is a time when I believe the term applies and has some actual sense and meaning to it. But largely, just because you're a rational human being and can have adult discussions, doesn't make you a middle of the road or a fence rider or anything like that. Let's see. Sith Lord says Amazing Spider-Man 2 was bleh. Yeah, it was. Lou says, I just want Danny DeVito's Spider-Man. What about Danny DeVito Wolverine? Right? Wookiee Supremacy says the Iron Spider suit kicks ass though. It reminds me of the Batman Beyond suit. Yeah, I do like the Iron Spider suit. It's pretty badass. I do like that. Biden Tut says vote for the Monty Python Silly Party. Yes. Man, I haven't watched I need to go buy those Monty Python movies, man. I love those movies. Sith Lord says they need to do Azrael from Batman movie. Interesting. I don't read a whole lot of Batman comic books, and the thing is, like, for me, largely, a part of that reason is that because I was looking, like, a lot of my comics when I was growing up, is most of those comic books that I have are Marvel books from when I was growing up. Because, for one, some of them I got from my father, but, like, I grew up watching great DC movies, you know what I mean? Great movies with Batman and Superman, so I didn't really need to read the comic books. I was reading the Marvel comic books, and now it's kind of the other way around. It's flip-flopped, so, yeah, cool. Dan DeVito Superman. That's funny. But, all right, guys, it's already 20 after 9. here on the West Coast. We're going to go ahead and call it quits for this stream, but thank you all so much for being here once again to watch me flap my gums about things that, well, hell, do I really know about them? I don't know, man. But thank you guys so much for being here. If you're not already subscribed, you know, just all that good stuff that YouTube tells me to tell you to do because they want me to treat you like you're stupid, but you're not, because you're here. And you're probably on a bunch of other channels as well. You know how it works. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget, New Comic Book Wednesday is coming up this Wednesday. There's a whole lot of books coming out this week. I think I looked at the issues. I think there's probably like 15 books that I want to take home this week. That's just minimum. There are plenty more. But thank you all so much for being here. You all have a good day. Have a great rest of your week. I can't wait till Friday when I get to go see Rise of Skywalker. I probably won't be doing the morning movie chat on Friday unless I do it really early, because I will be going to see Rise of Skywalker at 8 a.m. You all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.